Have you ever felt the emotional struggle of being with someone who seems distant, even though you know they care for you deeply? This paradox often stems from the fear of losing you. In today's video, we'll explore the psychological reasons behind this behavior and how it affects relationships. Stick around to uncover these insights and learn how to navigate this complex emotional landscape. Segment 1. The fear of abandonment. At the heart of this emotional distance lies a profound fear of abandonment. Many individuals carry past experiences of loss or rejection that shape their current relationships. When someone has been hurt before, whether through a painful breakup, the loss of a loved one, or even childhood experiences of neglect, the thought of losing someone they care about can trigger intense anxiety. This fear often manifests as withdrawal, where they create emotional distance to preemptively protect themselves from potential heartbreak. They might unconsciously believe that by keeping you at arm's length, they can avoid the pain of losing you entirely. Ironically, this self-protective instinct can lead to the very outcome they dread, pushing their partner away and creating a cycle of emotional distance that can be challenging to break. Furthermore, the fear of abandonment can lead individuals to engage in self-sabotaging behaviors. They may start to overanalyze their partner's actions or become overly sensitive to perceived slights or neglect. This heightened vigilance can manifest as jealousy or insecurity, causing them to question their partner's commitment or love. In an attempt to protect themselves, they might withdraw even further, believing that this will shield them from potential pain. However, these behaviors can create a toxic cycle where their partner feels increasingly distanced and confused, leading to misunderstandings and emotional turmoil. Recognizing this pattern is crucial, as it allows individuals to confront their fears and seek healthier ways to express their emotions, ultimately fostering a more secure and loving connection. Additionally, this fear can significantly impact the way individuals perceive and interpret their partner's actions. Someone who fears abandonment might misinterpret a brief moment of distance as a sign that their partner is losing interest or planning to leave. This distortion of reality can lead to heightened feelings of anxiety and insecurity, prompting them to react defensively or pull away even more. In essence, their fear creates a lens through which they view their relationship, often leading to a self-fulfilling prophecy where their partner's genuine love and commitment are overshadowed by their own insecurities. It's important to note that the fear of abandonment is not just a personal struggle. It can create a ripple effect that influences the entire relationship dynamic. When one partner is gripped by the fear of losing the other, it can lead to a lack of emotional safety and stability in the relationship. The partner on the receiving end may feel overwhelmed by the constant need for reassurance or find it difficult to navigate the emotional ups and downs. This can create a sense of frustration and helplessness, as they genuinely want to support their partner but may not know how to address the underlying fears effectively. Building mutual understanding and empathy is essential, allowing both partners to acknowledge these fears and work together to create a more secure, loving environment. Ultimately, addressing the fear of abandonment requires a commitment to self-awareness and open communication. Both partners should strive to create an environment where vulnerabilities can be shared without judgment. Engaging in honest conversations about fears, insecurities, and past experiences can foster deeper connections and strengthen the relationship. When individuals feel safe to express their feelings, it becomes easier to navigate the complexities of love and fear. By actively working to understand and confront these fears, couples can transform their relationship from one marked by anxiety and distance to one characterized by trust, support, and emotional intimacy. Segment 2. Emotional self-protection mechanism. When someone fears losing you, they may unconsciously engage in emotional self-protection mechanisms as a way to shield themselves from potential pain. These behaviors often stem from a deep-rooted fear of vulnerability and rejection. The thought of fully opening up to someone they care about can feel risky because it exposes their emotions and leaves them feeling unprotected. As a result, they may create emotional distance by shutting down, retreating into themselves, or avoiding meaningful conversations. This distancing isn't necessarily a reflection of how much they care about you, It often stems from their internal battle to balance the desire to connect with the fear of being hurt. One of the most common emotional self-protection strategies is emotional suppression. The person may avoid talking about their feelings or downplay the importance of their emotions, believing that if they don't acknowledge their fears or vulnerabilities, they can avoid the pain associated with them. However, this suppression often creates a barrier to intimacy, making it difficult for their partner to truly understand what they're going through. Over time, this behavior can cause frustration and confusion for the partner, who may interpret the lack of emotional openness as a sign of indifference or detachment. In reality, the person is trying to protect themselves, not realizing that their actions might be pushing their partner further away. Another way emotional self-protection manifests is through avoidance behaviors. Someone who fears losing you might deliberately avoid situations or conversations that could bring up their insecurities or fears. This could include dodging discussions about the future, brushing off emotional topics, or even withdrawing during moments of conflict. They might believe that by avoiding these situations, they can maintain control over their emotions and prevent themselves from feeling overwhelmed. Unfortunately, this avoidance can create a sense of distance in the relationship, leaving their partner feeling neglected and disconnected. To break this cycle, it's essential to recognize that emotional self-protection, while a natural response to fear, can ultimately hinder the growth of the relationship. Encouraging honest, open communication and creating a safe space for vulnerability are key steps toward overcoming these self-protective tendencies and building a stronger, more connected bond. Segment 3. The push-pull dynamic. The push-pull dynamic is a common yet complicated pattern in relationships, particularly when one partner fears losing the other. In this dynamic, one partner may oscillate between seeking closeness and then retreating emotionally, creating a confusing cycle for both individuals. This behavior often stems from deep-seated fears of vulnerability and abandonment. For example, a person might initially express affection and desire for intimacy, only to pull away when they feel overwhelmed by the intensity of their emotions. This ambivalence can create a tug-of-war, where one partner feels compelled to chase after the affection that seems to be intermittently withdrawn, leading to frustration and insecurity. This cycle can be particularly challenging for the partner on the receiving end of the push-pull dynamic. They may find themselves caught in a whirlwind of emotions, wondering why their loved one is withdrawing just when things seem to be going well. This unpredictability can lead to feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt, prompting them to question their worthiness of love and commitment. As they chase after their partner's affection, they may inadvertently reinforce the very behaviors that contribute to the emotional distance. This can create a feedback loop of anxiety and miscommunication, where the partner seeking connection feels increasingly rejected, while the distant partner feels suffocated by the attention they once desired. Breaking free from the push-pull dynamic requires a concerted effort from both partners to establish open lines of communication and foster emotional safety. Recognizing the patterns of behavior is the first step. Both partners must acknowledge the cycle and how it affects their relationship. Engaging in honest conversations about feelings and fears allows both individuals to express their needs without judgment. It's essential for the partner who fears losing their loved one to communicate their insecurities openly, rather than retreating into silence. Meanwhile, the partner seeking connection should practice patience and reassurance, creating an environment where vulnerability is welcomed. By working together to dismantle this dynamic, couples can cultivate a healthier, more stable relationship grounded in trust and emotional intimacy, allowing them to navigate their fears without resorting to distance or withdrawal. Segment 4. Building trust and communication. To address the emotional distance that stems from the fear of losing a partner, building trust and effective communication is crucial. This begins with creating a safe and supportive environment where both individuals feel heard, understood, and accepted. Encouraging open dialogues about fears, insecurities, and past experiences allows partners to gain a deeper understanding of each other's emotional landscapes. By sharing vulnerabilities without judgment, they can begin to dismantle the walls that have been erected due to the fear of abandonment. A key aspect of building trust is active listening. When one partner expresses their concerns or fears, the other should make a conscious effort to listen attentively, ask clarifying questions, and validate their partner's emotions. This demonstrates that their feelings are being acknowledged and respected, rather than dismissed or minimized. By fostering a culture of empathy and mutual understanding, partners can create a foundation of trust that enables them to navigate the complexities of their fears and insecurities together. In addition to open communication, establishing emotional safety is crucial in overcoming the fear of losing a partner. This may involve setting boundaries, respecting each other's needs for space or reassurance, and making deliberate efforts to show commitment and care. Simple gestures, such as regular check-ins, physical affection, or making time for meaningful conversations, can go a long way in reassuring the partner who fears abandonment. Over time, these consistent actions build a sense of security and trust, allowing the relationship to evolve beyond the constraints of fear and towards a deeper, more fulfilling connection. By prioritizing trust and communication, couples can transform the dynamics of their relationship, paving the way for a more stable and emotionally intimate future. Conclusion: understanding the psychological reasons behind distant behavior can transform how you approach your relationship. By addressing fears of abandonment and fostering open communication, couples can create a more secure and loving connection. Have you experienced this in your own relationships? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more insights into love and psychology. Until next time, stay curious.